Welcome back, class. So we were studying about the implementation of the practical logic circuits for the different digital circuit applications. And the last time we studied about the comparator and decoder. Okay, we studied about the 2 to 4 bit decoder. We studied about 3 to 8 bit decoder and 4 to 16 bit decoder. Okay, so we are going to explore this decoder topic in more. Okay, some more general decoders. So there is one IC which is called 74HC42. So we use this IC for the implementation of the BCD to decimal decoder. Okay, we know that the binary coded decimal coding. Okay, so binary coded decimal was that each decimal digit you can represent in terms of 4 binary. Okay, for example 0 decimal you can represent in terms of the 000. Okay, 1 you can represent 001. Okay, so this was your binary coded decimal, this was your decimal. Okay, so now you want to decode this, that for example if you are getting this as an input, it means the decimal is 1. Okay, so binary coded decimal to decimal decoders, so we implement this using this 74HC42 IC. Okay, so here we have this 4-bit binary, and we have 10 possible outputs. Okay, that we could have 0, we can have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. These are the IC numbers. Okay, IC pin numbers. Okay, for example if your input is, let's say we know that in the case of the binary coded decimal, okay, that if we are writing this number, that let's say for example if the input is this is LSB. Okay, the 1 0 0 0, it means my output is decimal 1. So this decimal pin, okay, this is remember this is active low NAND, so this pin will be 0, all other pins will be high. Okay, so depending on the input possible combinations, we can get the possible output combinations. So binary coded to decimal, assume that the input, okay, assume that the inputs are to this decoder sequence are this one 0 1 0 1. Okay, so LSB is 1 0 1 0. If this is the input, okay, then what could be the possible outputs? Okay, so try this and we will try to get this in. Remember, here we are getting bubble. Bubble means this IC is operating as the active low. Okay, so for that possible combination, that pin should be go low 0, all other should be high. Another kind of popular decoder is BCD to 7 segment. Okay, we use the 7 segment displays. Okay, you guys remember it could look like this one. Okay, the ICs for the digital boards and for the different digital display applications, we use the LEDs, 7 segment displays. So 7 segment display is basically what you have the binary coded inputs. Okay, 4-bit binary coded inputs. Again, for example, let's say you have 001. Okay, like 100 here. Okay, so now on the LED, what you want to display, you want to display like this is representing 1. Okay, so either you want to display 1 means you want to just display these two LEDs. Okay, these two LED means you just want to display only F and E. So if you have this input, in that case your F and E, okay, again this is active lows, so they will become 0 0 and all other will become high high. Okay, and these F and E are connected to here. Okay, so we will get 1 at the 1 will be start displaying at the LEDs. Okay, again this is what active low. Okay, so as I explained in the last lecture, most of the decoder we get active low outputs. Okay, so this is one of the very popular, okay, BCD to 7 segment decoder. So basically this is IC74LS47. This is actually also known as 7 segment driver. Okay, because here from here next, okay, we actually connect these inputs, okay, are basically being connected here. Okay, so additionally for the 7 segment display, okay, so this look like this one. Okay, for example here you can see that all these are connected here. Okay. So in this IC there are some additional pins. Okay. So there are different functions for these additional pins. For example, A, B, C, D, these are your binary coded inputs. Then you have these 4 additional pins. Okay, LT, this is called lamp test. Okay, again this is active low pin. BI and RBO. BI is the blanking inputs and RBO is the ripple blanking inputs. Okay, and RBO is the blanking outputs, ripple blanking outputs. Okay, and ARG is the segment outputs. Okay, that is being connected to different segments. Okay, so there are different functions of these different pins. I will explain them, the details of this during the live session. Okay. So briefly, we use this LT or lamp test pin just to check that whether all segments of your LED is working or not. Okay. For example, if you just make it active low here, okay, and no inputs you are providing, so you can check whether all the display of your LED are working or not. Okay, we can use the RBI, ripple blanking inputs and ripple blanking outputs. We use them basically for the zero suspension. Okay, what is the zero suspension? Okay, let me explain that thing after a couple of minutes. So these are just some additional function. We will discuss them later on. So this is just a simple truth table. Okay, for example, if you are getting there is only G is high. Okay, it means we have to display 1, display 0. Okay, that there is no output at G. G means we are getting no hair. No hair means what will be displayed. So try to. So it means all these will be high. Okay. So it means it will display 0. Okay. If you want to display 1, okay, so it means at BC, okay, these should go to high condition. Okay, so this is the truth table for the that driver. So I was talking about the usage of the RBO and the ripple blanking output. So these are the zero suspension trick. For example, what is zero suspension? You have a 6-digit display. 6-digit display means, for example, this is 1 7-segment display, 3rd, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, these are the 6-digit display. For example, you just want to show a number of let's say 64. Okay, 64. You want to show 64. So 64 means, okay, on your display of your board, okay, only this number should be shown. These LEDs should not be on. Okay, so by default, so basically if they are not on, we get zeros here. Okay, so these zeros are called leading zeros. And these zeros are called trailing zeros. Okay, so if you're on your board, if this is displaying at 006400, so it will be confusing because you just want to display only this number. So what will you do? You will suspend these zeros, this leading zero and trailing zero. Okay, this is called zero suspension. Okay, so if you suspend 0, it means these LED displayed, it will not be on, these 2 will not be on, and you only 6 and 4 will be being displayed here. Okay, and we do this zero suspension using RBI, ripple blanking inputs, and RPO settings. Okay, so that is the function of these 2 in the that 7-segment driver. LED control, I will briefly explain. I have already explained you. We will discuss some in more details in the live session. Okay. We learned about the decoder. So decoder is like you have specific input and you will get the specific output. Encoder is what? Reverse of the decoder. Okay, just the reverse of the decoder. Okay. Okay, for example, we learned about BCD to decimal decoder. Okay, for example, you have 0, 0, it means your output is 0. Okay. Similarly, we can convert from decimal to BCD. We know the conversion. Okay, So we have decimal inputs and you want to encode them, you want to convert them to the BCD. Okay, so decimal to BCD encoder. So now we will have a encoder. Okay, so this is the truth table. For example, we know that if you want to decode 0 in the binary coded decimal, okay, you will just write them like 000. If you want to write 1, 001. Okay, so this is your truth table. Okay, see here now for the encoder, usually when we have the truth table and we want to get logic, what we do, we look at the 1 and we go to the inputs. Okay, but here you see we have, like for example, the decimal inputs and we are getting binary outputs here. So for this case, what will we do? Okay, now we will go vertically, okay, not horizontally. Okay, for example, now A0, you will see where you are getting high. 1, here, 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 and here. Okay, so A0 is connected with decimal inputs of 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Okay, similarly A1 is connected with 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so if you try to draw the logic diagram, it will look like this one. Okay, that A0, okay, these are OR. If I make the OR of this, that A0 is connected with 1, okay, like you see here, then it is connected with 3, so 3 is coming from here, then it is connected with 5, so 5, okay, this is 5, then it is connected with 7, connection with 7, okay, then 9, then 9. Okay, so the logic diagram will look like this one for the encoder case. Similarly, A1 you can check with which input decimal number is connected, make a connection and make it OR. Okay, so this is the way to make the logic circuit for the encoder case. This is one example. We will see this in the live session. As like the earlier application, we also have an IC for the encoder, which is called 74HC14. So this is basically the decimal to the binary coded. Okay. Okay. Again, if you look here, this is an active low IC. Okay. So you will be providing active low inputs. Again, we are getting bubble here, active low inputs, and we will convert them to the active low BCD output. Okay. So that would be the function of this IC. As like the decoder case, we have learned that we make 3 to 8 bit decoder. Okay, similarly we can make here 8 to 3 bit encoder. Okay, that for example you have 8 inputs. Okay, let's say like D0 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It means, okay, that I am encoding that if I have this input, it means my output should be, for example, 0, 0, 0. Okay, all should be 0, 0. Okay, if I have, for example, D1 is 1 and all other are zeros, it means here I should have output should be 1, 0, 0 or 1. Okay, so encoding the 8 inputs to the 3 bit encoder. Okay, so one important thing is here, okay, that D7, okay, it will have the highest priority. Okay, for example, let's say if D7 is high at the input side, you are getting this high. Okay, it means what will happen? Now, whatever inputs you have here, okay, this bit will have highest priority in terms of the encoder. Whatever input you have high, if this is high, it means my output will be 1, 1, 1. Okay, I don't care about any inputs here. Okay, similarly, now this is highest priority input and this is lowest priority. So if this is 1, it means my output would be 1, 1, 1, 0. I don't care whatever I'm getting here. Okay, if this is 1, it means my output will be that respective 1. So this is the encoder, the highest priority and lowest priority. Okay, this is just a practical implementation for some application. And then this is another practical application that you want to convert from binary to gray code. You guys have learned about this in chapter 2, that how we can make the binary to gray code with the 1 bit change. For example, we know that in the 4-bit binary this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, this is 15, right? So in gray code we know that 0, 0 will be this one, and 1-bit change, 1 will be this one, but 2 here will have the 1-bit change, so we will change this one. So in gray code 2 is this, in the binary 2 is this. We can convert from binary to gray code and gray code to binary, so we can make the converter. So basically for the conversion, okay, we can actually simply use the XOR gate. If we use the XOR gate, we have learned that earlier on XOR gate we can actually use them for the building of the half adder and the full adder. We can also use the XOR gate for the conversion from binary to gray code and gray code to binary. Okay, this is the beauty of the XOR gate. For example, if you want to implement binary to gray code, okay, so you can make this combination of the gray code. Okay, for example, let's say I will discuss the example during the live session. Okay, so this is the example show the conversion of the 0, 1, 1 to gray and back. Okay, so you have input of 0, 1, 1, so we will place the inputs here 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, like this. My input is, this is like your LSB and this is your MSB. Okay, and then just make the XOR gate here. So we know that if you have 0, 1 input at the XOR gate, okay, remember the XOR truth table, that if you have the different inputs, you will get the, so 0, here you get the 0 straightforward, but here if you are getting different inputs in the XOR gate, we get high. Here for this XOR you have same kind of inputs, you will get 0, here you are getting same kind of inputs, you are getting 0. Okay, so if you have 0, 1, 1, okay, it means its gray code is what? Okay, 0, 0, 1, 0. Let's go back to the table. 0, 1, 1. Our input is 0, 1, 1, 1. This one. What is gray code? 0, 1, 0, 0. What we are getting here? 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, so we can convert the binary to gray and the back forward, whatever you want to do. So we will discuss this example in more details during the live session. There is another example, convert the binary number to gray code with the exclusive OR. So try to implement the exclusive OR logic. Multiplexer. So multiplexer is a device, okay, which will actually select the data lines, okay, from the 2 or more inputs and route the data to the selected. Usually we make the multiplexer like this one. Okay, so this is a 1-bit. Okay, this is we call select line. Okay, yes. Okay, and let's say you have 2 inputs here and you have 1 output. We have studied about the multiplexer application in the printer and the communication channel in the chapter 1. So multiplexer, let's say this is my A and B and this is my output Y. So multiplexer, we have a select line. That select line will select that whether I should output this or this. For example, let's say we make, if S is 0, select line is 0, it means output should be A. Okay, multiple inputs, but it will route only the data in A. If S is 1, it will route the data of B. Okay, so this is the 1-bit multiplexer. Okay, that selective data select lines, which will select that what kind of input should be routed to the output. Okay, so this is a 2-bit multiplexer. Okay, now here you have 2 data selection bits and you have 4 inputs. Okay, now for example, if your both inputs are 0, 0, we can make a truth table that if both inputs are 0, 0, it means my output should be from D0. Okay, if my input is for example 0, 1, okay, for example here, if my input is 0, 1, it means I should route the output of this one. Okay, so multiplexer is a device which will we can select the data lines, okay, for the particular transfer of that data to the output depending on the combination of the data selected. So the design of the multiplexer, it is also very simple. Okay, for example, you want to make D0 at the output when your inputs are 0, 0. Okay, so you want to make output D0 when your input are 0, 0. 0 means S0 bar, S1 bar. Okay, so this is the implementation logic. if you want to make the output of D1, so what should be the input combination? S1 bar and S0. Okay, so if you have this combination, you will get the D1. If you have this combination, you will get the D2. Okay, and then finally, okay, at the end we can OR them together. Okay, so we will get the final output. So this is just the implementation of the multiplexer. Example, we will solve this during the live session. Demultiplexer is the opposite of the multiplexer. Okay, in the multiplexer, what we are doing? Multiplexer, we have the input lines, and based on the select lines, we get the particular output. Okay, multiplexer. In the demultiplexer, opposite, that you have the input data, okay, and now you want to transmit the same data to the all outputs. Okay, reverse of that. Okay, that you have the input data. Okay, so this is an IC. So here we are supplying the inputs, and there is an additional enabler signal. So these are the select lines. So based on these select lines, okay, we will get the data on the all outputs. Okay, so this is the demultiplexer. For example, here this is an example of the, like, you have an input, and based on this combination, for example, if the combination is 0 0, okay, so we will get the output at 1 only, and all other will be 0. So whatever input we are having, for example, in this case our input is this, so this is our input. If our select line is 0 0, I will get the input at this output, and all other will be 0. If this combination, I will get the input at y1. Okay, so it will be 0 1 0 0. It will be like this one. Okay, so this is the demultiplexer. So this is an example of the waveform. I will explain and solve it during the live session. Similarly, we can build this is a 3 to 8 bit, okay, demultiplexer. Example, we will solve this during the live session. So that is the end of this chapter. Okay, and we will solve the various application during the live session for the more better understanding. Thank you very much for your time.